Okay, Earth signs is part two. Okay. Shadow, shadow. It look blurry, don't it? Chad, we gotta figure that out. All right, the next card is surrender your ego. Oh, thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. Please share the video with someone who you feel could use a good word or a good laugh. Okay, because we gotta laugh through it, honey. Be at peace with ourselves, right there. All right, surrender your ego is the second card. The first card was surrender to effortlessness. Okay, that was on part one. So surrender your ego here. All right. So what's happening is some of you may be going through going in a space, right, where you are on the last part of your most recent ascension process. And what happens is we are relieved. Okay, we are relieved of the ego, parts of the ego that no longer serve us, things that we thought we needed to defend ourselves, the way that we used to defend ourselves. We don't have to do that anymore. The way that we may have offended other people, which also caused us to defend ourselves, we no longer have to do that. Here is what I feel with this situation. I also feel that many of you are bowing instead of trying to stand in your, maybe you had control issues, right? You or whoever else is watching, take it how it resonates. It's not personal. But you may have had to really look at yourself. You had to take a real strong look at yourself, and maybe you lost something or someone that made you, look at life differently, and that was that was a catalyst for your awakening in this space in your life. So you had to take a bow somewhere. You had to go ahead and plead or ask for forgiveness, right? You may have even been in a space where you just didn't understand. And I feel like it's coming off of your back. It's coming off your back, right? Or it's a weight being lifted, literally. But figuratively, it's energy that's leaving from behind you. It's air. You're being cleared in your back. So see that goes with any type of physical ailments that you may have had, right? You may have had some phantom ailments, right? Or illnesses or what have you that had to do with your back or the organs in your back. What organs in your back? Lungs or something. I don't know. But it's being, by you releasing the way that you used to do things, you are being healed because it could have set in on you. It could have set in on you. That's why you have to watch who you let speak over your life. Because you will, if you look at a lot of the people who were diagnosed with terminal illnesses, they either decide to live with the illness or they decided to die, right? They just go ahead and give up or what have you. But something about your faith and your ability to stand tall and stand strong in whatever it is that you recently went through, you've learned a huge lesson. I really feel like some of you have been so humbled by some experiences, whether they were experiences that you observed through others or your actual experiences. But something here is really eye-opening for you. Clarify this. Surrender your ego. I also feel that you took on more than what you thought that you could. You didn't go in the direction that you could have in a certain situation. You took on more than you thought you could. You stood strong when you didn't think that you had it in you to do so. And you did things differently when in other ways you may have done things a different type of way. Okay, we don't know how violent y'all are. I don't know. Earth signs, I don't know. Don't touch their money. Now, there's I really feel like for you, some of you may have lost some weight around your waist throughout this process as well. You release so much and let so much go that's where you were holding it possibly, right? Or maybe from the phantom illness as well, because you may have went to the doctor and realized that it's all gone now that you have changed your life and did things in a different way. You broke some kind of health pattern or cycle, generational cycle. Clarify this, surrender your ego. Yeah. Knight of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands, you are no longer moving as fast as you used to. You're no longer just running off in your instinct like that. You are taking your time to really move in a way that is more along in alignment with who you are now and how you do things now, because you're more humble. Or maybe this was just, this is you doing what is necessary for you to move forward, but not in the same way. So you may even have a fire rising as well, or maybe fires in your north node. But with this Knight of Wands in reverse, you're no longer chasing. Like, I feel like somebody has matured. What? Okay, earth signs. Someone has matured. They are no longer wanting to be a player. They realize their ways, right? He realized his ways. Someone realizes how they played themselves, right? Trying to play other people, maybe. I don't know. But whatever this is, like, you don't want to play the game no more. You don't play the game the way that you used to. You're not driven by the same passions that you used to. Somebody may even have been impotent for a while, and that may have been a phantom illness or ailment, right? They may have been cheating so long, and the one been at home crying. Y'all better watch yourself with them crying, praying women. Them crying, praying women will have you impotent. Keep playing. Better ask somebody. Clarify this Knight of Wands, please, for the earth signs. No longer want to be a player. I don't want to be a player, no. So some of these are coming out reverse like this. Don't want to be a player no more. Putting up them ways. Don't want to do things like that no more. Even though you still got it in you. Some of you are turning your back on your spirit, on whatever spirituality that whatever you were doing, right? You're looking at new ways of doing it with this Magician in reverse. You no longer want to do things the way that you used to. Here, you put away all of your old tools, your old ways of doing things. Got rid of your black book. I don't know what you did, Chad. But you no longer want to play the game like you used to. You had you came to a huge... or you may become, this may be what's going to happen, okay? But come to a realization that the games that you were playing you were cycling. You were in a vicious cycle. Like, someone really matured and saw themselves like, okay, I'm this age and still doing things this way, right? And so they came to the space where I don't want to play these games no more. I don't want to do these things anymore. Someone is trying to do things right by Christmas anyway. Or there's something about spring, Christmas or spring. Wanting to do things differently, and that was part of your journey. And you may be about 3 or 4 months behind, but now you are seeing and you're standing in your truth about it. Clarify this Magician in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse. Damn, these damn cards really coming out in reverse like this. Because these reversals could easily be something else, right? But what I'm picking up from that, it's not that, because I'll tell you in a minute what's going on. So this 7 of Wands in reverse, releasing, letting your guard down and allowing yourself to be where you are, right? Letting your guard down instead of always trying to be the winner in a game that ain't nobody playing but you. It's like you figured it out. Like, you the only person playing the game. People were really good to you, or things were really done in a certain way with you, or there were certain instances where you may have put your foot in your mouth or something like that. Y'all just got, look, if it's not yours, it's not yours. Just go to part 1 to part 3. Okay, because I can't soften it up for you. This is what's going on right here. With this 7 of Wands, you let your guard down. You don't want to play games no more. You don't want to be a player no more. It ain't getting up no more. Okay, so you can't be a player no more. You had all the tools. That one tool ain't working no more. What you gonna do? Man, woman, chick, or child, whoever it is. Not child. All right. So the other way that I can see this is that the need to surrender your ego has a lot to do with someone maybe wanting you to surrender your ego and lighten up, right? So that they can come in and act like they're not who they used to be, or act like they're not what you think they are, in order to do some type of deed against you, right? Some type of manipulation, magic, or what have you. Here, trying to get you to lower your guard in order for them to have their way. So that's the other way that I'm seeing it. They don't want something to end. Okay? So that's the other way that it could be. But overall, I think it's the first way I see it. Thank you. Now, but I do not know any of y'all. Okay? I don't know y'all. But we own our shit over here. Now, clarify this Oh, clarified. Six of Pentacles. So once you surrender your ego, what's going to happen is that you're going to be reciprocated. You're going to see that people will accept your apology, or people will apologize to you. And that way, that opens the floor for you to go ahead and do that new thing that you do, which is apologize, right? Don't get down there. Earth signs don't do this and do that. You got us fucked up. You don't know our earth signs. I don't know your life, baby. But I feel like this is a lot of, there's a strong energy around your finances by doing this. By doing this, your finances will be balanced out. Like you may have had a block in your money because of being in your ego so much, you really played yourself, right? You may have turned down some jobs, or didn't have integrity in certain types of work. So now it's time for you to flip that and turn that around, and you're realizing your wrongs, and it's time to go ahead and just relax and that you realize where you were wrong. It's okay for you to be strong, but from a relaxed space, man, woman, chick, or child. Clarify. There's a bubble of protection around your finances if you want the money. All right. So, someone is all in their emotions, all in their feelings. A King of Cups in reverse is all in his emotions, all in his feelings. Knows what to say, how to say, to get people to feel pity for him. He's financially distraught. Okay. He may be low energy, low vibe, not getting a lot of work done. There maybe need to be some things that are done around the house. He's not doing it. He chooses chaos over solutions. But he wants to make some type of offer. And with that offer, he is not willing to sacrifice or give, but he wants his wish fulfillment. Where is this going? All right, let's read it again differently. So this King of Cups in reverse he's been hurt so bad that he doesn't really know if love is real. He'd rather you prove that love is real when he don't even know what love is, right? He doesn't remember. He has to go back to that space of his innocence where he remembers what love is. And he doesn't remember that. So now he's just very bitter. He has a lot of things that are floating around him. There is a rabbit or some kind of rabbit right there that looks like a rabbit. I don't know what that is. I also feel that there's a lot of cracks in his story. A lot of things come out when he is intoxicated, possibly. But a lot of things come out when he cries. His truth comes out when he cries. But he will bash or be very emotionally manipulative. If he doesn't cry, he won't realize what's going on. With his Five of Pentacles here, I feel as though whatever it is he has tried to build or is trying to build, man, woman, chick, or child, but it's a king. So whatever it is that he has tried to build here, he feels lost, okay? He feels stuck, stagnant, complacent in a space where this is where he lives, okay? There's a lot of things breaking down. Some of you may even want to go check on this person, especially if they are older. Go check on this man. If he is older, because some things are breaking down all around him. He don't feel like he has anyone. This is a message of hope. A message of hope. But with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, someone is not looking at what they need to in order for them to move forward. And I feel like it's him. He's not looking at the truth and what the investments and where he has messed up. All he knows is that he just want to manifest a good feeling. He wants his feelings appeased. He wants to make, he just wants to make good of a situation instead of working on a situation, figuring out what was done to cause the destruction, distraction, and retraction right here, okay? Now, let's pull out the Angel Oracle. Oops. My name ain't what it is. My name ain't what it is. If I don't do me, my name ain't what it is. Now, clarify this, surrender your ego and drill. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. In order to step fully into your light worker capabilities, okay, you're going to have to surrender the ego. You're going to have to learn how to choose your battles. You don't have to. It's a part of the journey, a part of the process. not being attached to these things here on earth, not being attached to people, enjoy people, experience people, but not being fully attached to them, where I just can't live without you. Well, how did you live this far without me? How you get this far? Get into that space where you are, maybe some of you are minimalist, or you're moving into that space where you don't know why, but that's part of the reason why. You may have found yourself giving away a lot of your things, purging. So you may have been into a lot of that lately as well, and that has a lot to do with you surrendering your ego, surrendering expectation. You may used to be in a space where you gave so much to people, or did so much and expected so much back, right? Even though nothing is in black and white, you feel like if something was said, that was black and white enough right there. You agreed with it when you accepted what I gave you. Like, no, that ain't how this works. So there's something that you have learned about yourself that is moving you into a space, a more heart-centered space, instead of being in a worldly ID ego space, right? Clarify. Someone may even be moving. Clarify this, surrender your ego. Archangel Uriel, your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. Let that hurt go. The thing about letting go of hurt, sometimes we have to identify it, and sometimes you don't have the full identity of the pain, hurt, or sorrow that you've been holding on to. Sometimes you have to go way back. Sometimes it's revealed to you in pieces. Sometimes you are in a space where you will feel like you figured it out, and then there's some more that needs to be figured out. It's a process. Take time with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your process, because what happens with the emotions healing like this, and needing so much healing, I feel like you're doing a lot of it, but again, I feel like there's whatever issues you've been having with any parts of your back, or things in your back, close to your back, like your lungs or whatever. Whatever, see what the spiritual meaning is of that, right? And that'll help you to also identify some things, right? And if you really want to identify some things, you want to go ahead and write those things down that did come up. And if you don't have the exact answers, or the exact how will this unfold, which you really don't need to know all it, but you can write it all out and ask your guides to help you, your team to help you, to show you, keep you grounded here, but you want to see, and you also want to be able to remember your dreams, right? Or going into a very relaxed state before bed, and making that agreement that you would like answers to what it is that you were, these questions, right? Why am I hurting like this? Why don't I have great love like this? Why this? Why that? You can ask those questions and get those answers yourself. Any questions that you ask, you already have the answer to. You just got to find it within yourself, and within the alive consciousness, and within that slow space, that space that you are in with the one, and just sitting in it and allowing yourself to hear. Be open to hearing. Be open to the things that happen around you, the conversations that automatically come up around you, or what have you. There's always help, but you got to want the help. You got to say yes to the help, and you got to, take that action. You're at the end of a cycle. You're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you. Told you. Could have been making it up, but it's time. It's time for you to let all this hurt go. It's time for you to go ahead and step fully in your truth. A lot of times, I remember when I was younger, and I was like, the world is so mean. People are mean, and this and that and that and this and blah blah blah. And I was like, I just didn't understand. I didn't get it. And so then you're told that you go to hell if you don't do this, that, and the other, right? Like, man, what? And so I'm like, okay, you got to live perfect, right? Well, what is perfect, right? Because who is perfect? What is perfect? But if you get to perfection, you'll no longer be here anyway, because your lesson is over. You have experienced everything that you need to experience. It's over. It's done. So in the process of releasing the ego, in the process of growing and maturing spiritually, mentally, physically, and overall, what happens is that you become more one with the one, right? You become more comfortable in the essence of who you are, what you came here to do, and how you came here to do it, right? And so you learn to take your wins and your losses and you keep it moving. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from the things that have happened, that have transpired. It doesn't mean that it won't come up again. It doesn't mean that it may not happen again. It just means that you are well equipped. You sharpened your iron. You made it. You graduated to another level, another space, right? So if it comes up again, okay, thank you. But overall, a lot of times people think that being a saint, being pure, being love and light doesn't come with this fight. This is part of your fight. Because when the ego decides to come up against where it is that you are going next, it's like, no, what are you doing? We comfortable over here. Why would you want to do that? Oh, you just going to let them, the ego get to talking to you, lying to you. Because it don't know how to just chill. You need to just chill out. Sometimes you got to just put it over there to the side. Like it's a whole different part of you. Okay, outside of you. A little bit. Not much. You need to chill out. Because all that right there that you're talking about, I really feel like in my heart it's time for me to move to that next level. Oh, but what about this? And then what about your parents? And then what about what about this? And what are they gonna think? And what you're gonna drop out of college but in your bloodline, blah 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 blah. You need to calm down, you shut up. Okay? Because if I stand too much in my ego, I'm going to be pulled back. I won't be able to cycle up to this next level. I won't be able to do the things that I came here to do. I won't be able to experience true love like I came here to do. That's what I'm saying. What is going on? Clarify this emotions for my beautiful earth signs. The high priestess, they say y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't have to clarify it. And what you don't know will be revealed at the end of the day. There's always a portal. There's always information. There's always a new something to learn. Remember the joy and wonder and awe of life. Remember. You don't know what's about to happen, what can unfold, and how it will unfold, but you know it will. And that's the joy about it. I don't know how this gonna happen. Whatever it is, up, down, round, and round. But I'm going to learn something. I'm going to grow. I'm going to break generational curses. I'm going to move forward in my life so that I'll be able to do what it is that I came here to do effortlessly. Go watch the first video. All right, so this is Surrender Your Ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Humility will further your goals. That's what they say, baby. You ain't got to listen to me or them. Oh, let me put this card back right here for the third reading. Surrender ego, surrender to effortlessness. Remember for JJ, okay? Okay? Out of the dark and into the light. Let go of the ego because it ain't worth the fight. All right, the next one, part 3, is surrender to setting limits. So let's go over there and look at that. All right, I'll talk to y'all in a minute. I was about to say this thing ain't recording, baby. I was about to. You know that.